Welcome to ATN Global News, and now the rest of the stories. Gunmen suspected to be armed robbers at Civil Defense Road, Ahuda Town, Ahuda East Local Government Area, shot dead, an Okada rider simply identified as innocent. ATN learns that the gunmen, said to be 3 in number, had stopped the motorcycle rider along the road with pretense of boarding the Okada. One source disclosed that the Okada rider reportedly put up resistance when he became aware that the mission of the gunmen was to rob his motorcycle. We gather that amid the resistance, the gunmen shot the rider and carted away his motorcycle. The source revealed that a few hours after the incident, the Okada rider died at an undisclosed. Meantime, the incident has been reported to Ahuda Police Division in Ahuda. Public Relations Officer of the SP Grace Water. 90 Delta Development Commission has revealed that fraudulent individuals have hacked the social media account of its board chairman, Chiedu Ebie. Additionally, the commission disclosed that a group of imposters cloned the chairman's Facebook account and hacked his Instagram account, using the compromised platforms to defraud unsuspecting members of the public. And the District Director of Corporate Affairs, Seledi Thompson Wakama, disclosed this in a statement issued in Port Harcourt on Monday. According to the statement, the imposters are also using the name and logo of the interventionist agency to circulate dubious proposals and scam unsuspecting individuals, describing these activities as criminal acts. The statement further advised the public to remain vigilant and avoid falling prey to the fraudulent schemes of the imposters. Analysts have stated that the Supreme Court ruling on internal party affairs allowed that the party leadership at the national level should handle matters that pertains to disagreements amongst party members. Speaking in Atlantic Television Network program Open Conversation, political analyst George Chinda said that if the leadership of the All Progressive Congress at the national level has appointed Tony Okocha as the caretaker chairman of the party in River State, Emeka Beke should accept the decision of the leaders.
Emeka Beke. But the APC at the national level has come to say that that tenure has elapsed. We have appointed caretaker committee headed by Tony Okocha. So one would have expected all of them to collapse, given the fact that there has been a Supreme Court ruling on internal party affairs. It is the party at the national level is the soul of the party. So if they have come to say, Emeka Beke, your tenure has expired or has stopped, has ceased moving forward, and we are appointing Tony Okocha, I think they should submerge whatever they have in the leadership of Tony Okocha, so that they can move forward. And the party, the Congress that was held on Saturday was not just organized by Tony Okocha. It happened across board. It was from the national that they derived the power to organize that Congress. So I don't know what they are trying to say. The truth is that the party have moved forward. The party have moved forward by electing their ward ESCO. This coming weekend, they will elect their local government. The upper one, they will elect the state. And when that thing is done, the likes of Umuju will only be, making this kind of statement that will hold no water. Because at the end of the day, the national party leadership that has the responsibility, to run the affairs of the party at the national level is the one that is recognizing Chief Sir Tony Okocha to manage
Mr. Chinda, however, advised the Mekabeke to shade his sword and work with Tony Okocha for the interest of the party.
APC can, at least have some semblance of a political party in River State, because as it appears, it looked like a social club. They are not well organized in the state. I'm not talking about the national level or in other states. So they need to eschew whatever differences they have, come together as a people, build a formidable party that will be able to put a strong opposition to the people's.
Recall that the internal crisis rocking the River State chapter of the All Progressives Congress escalated on Saturday following the conduct of the party's World Congress by Caretaker Committee Chairman Chief Tony Okocha. Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency Delta State Command has confirmed the release of its kidnapped officers unhurt. Recall the NDLEA officers were abducted on Thursday night some distance away from the head office of the agency, located off Issa Ogwashu Uku Road, Anyocha South Local Government area of Delta State. The officers were kidnapped by the hoodlums who laid ambush for them at the close of work at around 8 p.m. on the fateful day. However, spokesperson for the State Command, Mr. John Kennedy, who confirmed the release on Monday in Asaba, disclosed that the officers were released on Sunday night after much pressure from the agency and other sister agencies. Edo State Governor Senator Monday Bobolo has approved the immediate suspension of our consultancy services and related providers in the state's public service. In a communication notice issued by the Secretary to the State Government, Umar Musa Ikilo, all financial transactions and related services with affected consultants and service providers are to be put on hold immediately, pending when the review committee established by the governor submits its report. The segment directed all accounting officers, heads of ministries, departments and agencies are expected to take note and comply strictly with the directive. It added that while the suspension of all non-commissioned officers and the collection of revenue remains in place, henceforth any statutory and licensed revenue collectors are mandated to operate and collect revenue on behalf of government, especially in motor parks and other spheres of commercial activities. In the meantime, Edo State government has banned all unlicensed agents from revenue collection in the state. The government also announced the immediate suspension of all consultancy services and related service providers in the state public service. Secretary to the state government, Umar Musa Ikilo, disclosed this on Monday at a press briefing in Benin. Ikilo said the state government would not hesitate to arrest and prosecute unlicensed agents found collecting revenue, especially at the motor park and in other commercial activities. He warned miscreants, their sponsors and agents not to test the political will of Monday Ibowolo led government in his avowed determination to secure the lives and property of the people of the state. Edo State House of Assembly on Monday passed a revised supplementary budget of 485 billion naira for the governor Monday Obebolo led state government. The House at the plenary also screened and confirmed Dr. Cyril Oshomole as the state commissioner for health. While passing the revised appropriation bill, the Speaker of the House, Blessing Ibebako, said the budget will enable the newly sworn-in governor to continue developmental projects in the state. In the bill, the sum of 283.087 billion naira is allocated to capital expenditure, while the sum of 202.54 billion naira goes to recurrent expenditures. Recall that the State House of Assembly had on May 22, 2024 approved the sum of 409.2 billion naira supplementary budget for the administration of the immediate past governor of the state, Godwin Obaseki. The supplementary budget was approved barely 5 months after the House hiked the 2024 budget of 321.4 billion naira earlier presented to it by the governor to 342.8 billion naira, increasing the sum of 17.5 billion naira. Also recall that the House had in August 2024 approved and passed a 450 billion naira revised supplementary budget presented by Obaseki barely 1 month before the September 21, 2024 election. The revised supplementary budget of 486 billion naira approved by the Obebolo-led government is 36 billion naira higher than the 450 billion naira okayed by Obaseki. The Abia State government has said it has established that some unpatriotic politicians in connivance with external parties are behind the current wave of violence and crime that have claimed the lives of security agents and civilians since the end of May 2024. According to the state government, a series of tip-offs received from patriotic citizens and reliable intelligence show that the sole agenda is to cause dissatisfaction and distracts the government from its focus on the development of the state. This was made known by Ferdinand Ekoma, the special advisor to Governor Alex Uti, in a press release on Monday. The state government, which said that it will not yield to blackmail and intimidation from any person or group, warned that it would not allow violence to be unleashed on the peace-loving citizens of Abia State. The state government disclosed that a new counter-offensive has just been launched to decimate every structure of terror erected in any Abia territory by criminals, even as it cautioned Abians against harboring any person or persons that do not know to avoid falling victims. It further urged Abia people to cooperate with the government and security agencies and get rid of all criminal elements, even as it told traditional rulers to report every suspicious activities to law enforcement agents. Gunmen have killed a policeman and injured another following an attack on their convoy at Ubakala in Umuahia South Council area, Abia State. This is happening 4 days after some yet-to-be-identified gunmen also killed 2 soldiers at a checkpoint in Umuahia near the Abia-Imo border. The policemen, said to be attached to one of the federal lawmakers in the state, were traveling at about 9 p.m. Sunday when the gunmen attacked their convoy at Ubakala. However, the lawmaker was not in the convoy at the time of the attack. Police sources told newsmen that the gunmen, dressed in black and wearing police jackets, had blocked the convoy, which had the 2 policemen and the driver in a Toyota Corolla. The gunmen opened fire on the policemen after they identified themselves as police officers. In the ensuing gunfire, a policeman was killed while the other was injured and being feared dead. At the time of filing this report, Police Public Relations Officer, Abia State Command, Maureen Chinaka, and Assistant Superintendent of Police was yet to respond to a message sent to her mobile number. Communities in Anambra Central Senatorial Zone are in tension as government said to be enforcing the outlawed sit-at-home order wreaked havoc on Monday. ATN gathered that the attacks, which happened between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. in Abatete, Abagana, and Ukbo, left no fewer than 5 persons dead. A source told our correspondent that the casualties were mainly men of the Anambra Village Vigilante Services. The first attack was said to have happened in Abatete town, targeting vigilante personnel attached to the town's President General. 3 security men were shot and killed in the hail of bullets. The PG was also said to have been critically injured and rushed to a nearby hospital. In separate incidents, the gunmen attacked Abagana and Ukbo communities. At the Ukbo roundabout in Dunukofia local government area of the state, one vigilante group member and a motorcycle rider was said to have been killed. When reached out to police authorities in the state, the spokesperson SP said the details are still sketchy, but operatives are currently at the scene. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, has tasked a socio-cultural association, TV community in Lagos, Muzo U TV Lagos, to always work towards the unity and progress of the ethnic group. SGF gave this charge last Saturday during the grand finale of the TIFF Cultural Fiesta 2024 held at the National Stadium, Surulere, Lagos. The Cultural Fiesta, themed TIFF Heritage, promoting unity, preserving culture and traditions, began on Friday, 15th November and ended on Saturday, 16th November 2024. During the 2-day event, TIFF men and women in Lagos from various walks of life gathered with their families to express and celebrate their cultural heritage. The SGF, represented at the event by his Chief of Staff, Mr. Christopher Tucker, commended the organizers for their creative efforts in preserving their heritage. Akume urged them to unite and extend fellowship with others, especially his principal, President Bola Tinubu, whom he said holds the TIFF people in high regard. He emphasized that under Tinubu's administration, the TIFF people would continue to be recognized in national affairs. In his remarks, the president of the TIFF community in Lagos State, Senator Honorable Stephen Tafa Uze, called on all TIFF people to put aside their differences and work together a common purpose for the growth of the TIFF community. Social Democratic Party and its governorship candidate in last Saturday's governorship election in Ondo State Otumba Bamidele Akimboye, have rejected the results of the election. He said the election was a slap on democracy. The state chairman of the SDP, Barrister Benga Akimbuli, who spoke at a press briefing in Akure, called for immediate cancellation of the election. Barrister Akimbuli said voters were intimidated and harassed at Ward 10, Unit 9, Ondo West local government area. He said voters are offered between 7,000 naira and 10,000 naira at the polling units where he voted. Akimbuli said agents of the SDP were chased away from many polling units across the state. He said it was laughable for the party's candidate to score 2 votes in Okitupuja, where he hails from. Akimboye said he would ask the court to declare him the winner of the election. He said he was shocked at what happened during the conduct of the election. Reinstated gubernatorial candidate of the Labour Party in Ondo State, Ayodele Olorufemi, has blamed his party's presidential candidate Peter Obi and the Nigeria Labour Congress for his loss in the just concluded election in the state. Recorded on Sunday, the Independent National Electoral Commission declared Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa of the All Progressives Congress as the election winner with 366,781 votes. The electoral umpire said the LP candidate Olorufemi secured 1,162 votes. On November 14th, INEC said he had restored Olorufemi as LP candidate following a court of appeal ruling which overturned an earlier judgment by the Federal High Court urging the electoral umpire to recognize Obi's preferred candidate Olushola Ebiseni. Reacting to his loss in the November 16th election, the LP candidate accused Obi and LLC of scuttling his governorship ambition. Olorufemi admitted that he knew his chances of winning the election were slim after his reinstatement by the appellate court, noting that he is determined to get his pound of flesh. International Police Chaplains Sustainable Development and Law Enforcement Incorporated, a foreign observer group, has affirmed that the result of the recent governorship election in Ondo State, as declared by the Independent National Electoral Commission, accurately reflected the records from the ballot boxes at polling units. The group's spokesperson and Director of Administration and Organization for the African Regional Command, Mr. Oscar David, presented the findings in Akure, describing the election as peaceful, transparent, credible, and successful, with minimal incidents of complaints from party agents. David called on candidates and political actors to seek legal redress for any dispute, stressing the importance of maintaining peace and preventing any breakdown of law and order. He emphasized the need for continued effort to preserve national peace and stability, urging all parties to support democracy and the rule of law amid Nigeria's challenging socio-political context. David lauded INEC for its efforts, noting improvements in staff training and handling of election equipment, as well as the performance of the Bermuda voter accreditation system, which functioned well except for isolated issues. The group also praised the professionalism of security agencies during the election. Unlike previous elections, the military presence was limited to border areas and flashpoints, while the police and civil defense corps provided effective security at polling units and streets. Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has pledged to end all forms of tyranny and hooliganism in the state. He assured that anyone found culpable in the recent disturbance at the Peru Remo during the just concluded local government elections would face the full weight of the law irrespective of their status. Governor Abiodun made this declaration at the Presidential Lodge in Abeokuta on Sunday night while hosting the newly elected local government chairman and their deputies. He emphasized that the era of hooliganism and thuggery must come to an end in Ogun State, reaffirming his commitment as a chief security officer to safeguard peace and order. The governor condemned the actions of individuals who imported illegal security operatives to disrupt the elections, adding that such behavior would not be tolerated. Governor Abiodun disclosed that certain individuals hired thugs, hoodlums, and unauthorized policemen to create chaos during the election, even going as far as to attack the vice chairman of a local government in his hometown. The governor urged the newly elected local government chairman to prioritize fairness and inclusivity in the governance. He reminded them that they were elected to serve all citizens regardless of political affiliations. Police on Monday arraigned 2 persons, namely Sunday Shaibu, 32, and Nora Mohammed, 24, for alleged stealing a trailer load of iron rods worth 50 million naira. The duo, whose addresses were not provided, were charged with conspiracy and stealing before an Iyaganku Magistrates Court in Ibadan, Oyo State capital. They, however, pleaded not guilty to the charges preferred against them. The prosecutor, Inspector Folake Ewe, told the court that the defendants allegedly committed the offences on October 30th at Ado-Ona Apata area of Ibadan. It was said the defendants conspired to steal the iron rod, property of the Chinese and Bridge Corporation Company. She said the offences contravene Section 516 and 309, subsection 9 of the criminal laws of Oyo State 2000. The magistrate, Mrs. T.G. Daudu, granted the defendants bail in the sum of 10 million naira each with 2 sureties such in like sum. She adjourned the case until January 14, 2025 for a hearing. Analyst has posited that for any society to move forward, government must place importance on energy. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program Atlantic Blowout, Chairman River State Civil Society Organization, Comrade Enafa Jodro, said the idea of removing fuel subsidy by President Bola Tinubu was not properly reviewed.
For any society to progress, government must place premium on energy, be it electric energy, be it energy generated from petroleum produce, and any other source of energy, and that is why for us in the organizing society space, we were taken aback when the president really came on board. His first statement is that he's going to remove subsidy on PMS, what we call fuel in this part of the world. It is one of the most insensitive, incalculative, irresponsible, and terrible statement.
Speaking further, Comrade George will allege that the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited is now operating as a private entity.
The government in one is saying that they have privatized an NPC. What that means is that NPC is now a private company, a private entity. By the way, it is called NPCL now. It's a limited liability company. That means it's a private entity just like Atlantic Television. That is at least the face value of it. But again, you don't have a system where a private company is now deciding, barely everything dictating and deciding at what cost any item will be sold. How do you put that together is what I don't know. But I need some level of education to make me understand how a private company, according to you, will not be the one to now decide how and the way and manner.
Recall that the organized labor in Oyo State has urged President Bola Tinubu to reverse the floating of the national currency and energy costs to lessen the hardship across the country. Lecturer at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi State, Usman Mohammed Aliyu, has been accused of sexually harassing a married postgraduate student. However, the said lecturer has filed a defamation suit in reaction to the allegations. The student, a married woman, alleged that Dr. Usman Mohammed Aliyu made sexual advances, harassed her, and alleged the issue threat of failing her in his course if she didn't succumb to his sexual demands. The husband of the victim, Ja'faru Buba, through his legal counsel, has filed petitions against the lecturer with the university's management, the head of the department, and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC. A petition filed by the student's lawyer, Mohammed Sani Esquire, stated that his client is a master's student of chemical engineering at the university. Dr. Usman Mohammed Aliyu taught her chemistry 635 polymer processing and its application, and is currently teaching her CHE 656 fluidation. The council urged ATBU's management to investigate the allegation thoroughly and apply appropriate sanctions to serve as a deterrent to others. Meanwhile, the university has promised to investigate the matter, but Dr. Usman Mohammed has filed a defamation suit at the Bauchi State High Court seeking legal redress. When contacted, ATBU's Public Relations Officer Zelani Bapa stated he was unaware of the matter but promised to verify with the management. When contacted, the lecturer, Dr. Usman Mohammed Aliyu, said he would refrain from commenting further as the case is already in court. Nigerian Air Force has confirmed that airstrikes conducted by the air component of Operation Fansan Yama on 16 November 2024 successfully neutralized numerous terrorists and obliterated a major armed depot and the resurgence of notorious bandits Kingpin Malam Sela in Palale, Shiroro local government area, Niger State. Malam Sela, a known loyalist of Dogo Gide, had long terrorized Shiroro communities with relentless attacks, abductions and extortion. A statement from Air Commodore Olushola Akimboyewa, NAP's Director of Public Relations and Information, detailed the operation. The operation unfolded with NAP aircraft identifying terrorists on motorcycles in the target area. This mission is aligned with the NAP's logistics strangulation strategy, which focuses on dismantling terrorist infrastructure to restore peace in affected regions. NAF emphasized its commitment to collaboration with ground forces, maintaining air dominance through regular patrols, real-time situation awareness, and precision interdictions. Troops of the 6th Brigade Nigerian Army Sector 3 operations Wellstroke on Sunday arrested the notorious kidnapper Suleiman Ahmed, who allegedly extorted over 70 million naira in ransom from his victims in Lao local government area of Taraba State. The arrest followed a coordinated sting operation conducted on November 12, 2024 across Maraban, Abare, Bomanda and Akaramuke villages aimed at curbing rampant kidnapping activities in the area. Acting Director, Army Public Relations, Captain Oni Olubunde, in a statement said during preliminary investigations, Ahmad, a resident of Bomanda village, confessed to adopting approximately 20 individuals in Lao local government area, adding that he owned an AK-47 rifle used in his operations. In a subsequent operation on November 15, troops recovered the AK-47 rifle from a concealed location and arrested one of Ahmad's accomplices. The accomplice, identified as Hussaini, a suspected gun runner, was apprehended at his residence in the Mayo Dasa area of the local government. Timber market in the Katoko community, just north local government area, has been gutted by fire. ATL learns that the fire, which started on Sunday night, destroyed goods worth millions of naira, including over 107 shops. Shaibu Ali, chairman of the Plateau State Carpenters Association, confirmed the fire outbreak to our correspondent in Jos on Monday, stating that the incident had been a recurring problem in the market. According to reports, over 200 people were affected, majority of whom were carpenters, and about 107 shops were burnt to ashes. It's really unfortunate. Quiz, chairman of Jos North local government area, who also confirmed the incident, said that the fire had been contained with the help of the Federal Fire Service and other emergency responders. Katsina State Governor Diko Omar Rada has launched a transformative 5 billion Naira Women Empowerment Program designed to bolster micro, small and medium-scale enterprises across the state. He disclosed this during the launch of a grant distribution ceremony for 7,000 women from the Northwest region held at the Local Government Service Commission Conference Hall in Katsina. The event was a collaborative effort involving the National Assembly members, Spouse Forum, the Federal College of Horticulture, Dandi Kowa, and AT&T Green Energy Solution. Rather, further encourage the wives of the State Assembly members and local government chairmen to initiate similar programs in their constituencies. The State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Hadiza Abubakar Yaadua, reaffirmed the ministry's commitment to implementing the 5 billion Naira program, emphasizing its focus on verified women entrepreneurs engaged in small and medium-scale businesses. National coordinator of the forum, Hajia Yasmin Musua, highlighted that the current initiative benefits 7,000 women across 186 local government areas in the Northwest region, showcasing a broader approach to women's economic empowerment. One brigade of the Nigerian Army stationed in Gusau, Zamfara State capital, has vowed that the banditry era in the Northwest zone will soon come to an end. Speaking with journalists in Gusau, the Commandant Brigadier General Ajose vowed that the elimination of dreaded bandit leaders is at hand. He noted that military operatives had been mounted at strategic locations on the Gusau-Fontua highway to check the rampant kidnapping of travelers along the axis. He further stated that the troops of the military were very ready to battle the bandits on Operation Fire for Fire, assuring that the battle would soon come to an end. He, however, appealed to the members of the committees to assist the military and other security agencies with useful information to tackle the terrorists. You're watching the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. We will be back after this break. Welcome back. You're still watching the Global News and Atlantic Television Network. And now to the rest of the stories. Vice President Kashim Shettima has launched Grand Challenges Nigeria, a national innovation program aimed at transforming Nigerians' healthcare landscape through locally developed solutions. The initiative, which is part of the Global Grand Challenges Network, will focus on maternal and childbirth challenges in the first phase. Speaking on Monday when he launched the GCNG at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, Vice President Shettima told the audience that the initiative became necessary following an urgency occasioned by the rapid pace at which the world is evolving in the realms of science and technology. He stressed the importance of contextualizing solutions to national challenges, citing this as a cardinal message of President Bola Tinubu's administration. Just as he said, the initiative will promote groundbreaking research and build local expertise, among others. In a statement issued by his spokesman, Stanley Wokocha, Shettima said this initiative is more than a response to problems. It is an avenue to promote groundbreaking research, build local expertise, form strategic partnership, and engage communities in co-creating culturally relevant solutions. In his keynote remarks, Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology Chief Uche Nnaji said the Grand Challenges Nigeria is aimed at developing local solutions to critical issues confronting Nigerians. On his part, the chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Nutrition and Food Security, Honorable Chike Okafor, commended the commitment of the Vice President and the dedication of the federal government to the launch of the initiative, noting that the program would go a long way in complementing existing efforts in addressing food insecurity and malnutrition in Nigeria. Presidency has strongly criticized former President Olusegun Obasanjo, dismissing his recent remarks about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration as insincere and misguided. The response from the presidency follows Obasanjo's comments made at Yale University in the United States, where he reportedly criticized the current administration. In his keynote address last Saturday at the Chinua Achebe Leadership Forum held at Yale University, Obasanjo, among many others, uncomplimentary remarks, claimed that Nigeria has become a failing state under Tinubu's watch. However, reacting to the former president's comments, Special Advisor to the President on Public Communications and Orientation, Sunday Dare, in a message posted on his verified X handle, said Obasanjo's statement lacked credibility, given his own controversial legacy as president. Citing alleged corruption and governance failures during Obasanjo's tenure, Dare accused the former president of hypocrisy. Nigeria will sign final investment decision on 2 deep water exploration projects by mid-2025. This was revealed by the Special Advisor on Energy to President Bola Tinubu, Olubeyijen, in her address at the African Energy Week in Cape Town, South Africa. While speaking at the conference themed The Future of Energy, Shaping the Workforce of Tomorrow, Beyijen said Nigeria so far has been able to unlock over $1 billion in investments across the value chain, and by the middle of 2025, FIDs on 2 more projects will be signed, including a multi-billion-dollar deep water exploration project. According to her, the project will be the first of its kind in Nigeria in over a decade, one of many to come. Olubeyijen, while addressing audience at the African Energy Week in Cape Town, South Africa. She outlined some of what her team at the presidency has been able to achieve within the last 12 months, including clarifying the regulatory rules to create an enabling environment for investment, introducing reforms targeted at reducing high operational costs and project execution timelines, and introducing a clear set of fiscal incentives for non-associated gas and deep offshore oil and gas exploration and production. She also said her team is working on building the foundation with an unprecedented sense of urgency to completely rewrite the narrative of oil and gas investment in Nigeria since the passing of the Petroleum Industry Act into law in 2021 after 20 years. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, has said that the Green Chamber is yet to take a stand on the tax reform bill sent to the National Assembly by President Bola Tinubu. Abbas disclosed this on Monday in Abuja while declaring open and interactive session on the proposed bills. The bills are the Nigerian Tax Bill, the Nigerian Tax Administration Bill, the Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Bill, and the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill. The Speaker noted that the four bills represent critical proposals from the executive to expand Nigeria's tax base, improve compliance, and establish sustainable revenue streams for the nation's development. Abbas explained that the purpose of this session is to provide lawmakers with a comprehensive understanding of the proposed bills. In the same vein, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Okezie Kalu, assured Nigerians that tax reform bills will undergo public scrutiny to allow citizens evaluate them and make inputs. Kalu said there is need for clear articulation of necessary provisions to ensure equity, economic growth, inclusivity, and also the promotion of sustainable development for the nation. Chairman of the Presidential Committee of Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, who emphasized that the proposed tax reform bills is not aimed to undermine any region of the country, explained that currently, under Section 40 of the VAT Act, VAT revenue is allocated 15% to the federal government, 50% to the state and FCT, and 35% to local governments. Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Renewable Energy, Afam Ogene, has called for accessible and equitable policies, including tax breaks and vocational grants, to empower youth in renewable energy in Africa, particularly in Nigeria. Ogene, who represents Obaru Federal Constituency, Anambra State, made the call on Monday alongside other stakeholders at a side event co-hosted by the Committee on Renewable Energy and a Netherlands-based knowledge platform, include at the ongoing Conference of Parties, COP29 in Baku, Azerbaijan, where world leaders gathered to discuss climate change issues. Labour Party's National Executive Committee has announced the schedule for the upcoming Congress slated to hold at the world, local government and state levels. According to Obiora Ifo, the party's National Publicity Secretary, the World Congresses will take place from February to March 2025, local government Congress from April to May 2025, while the state Congresses are scheduled for June to July 2025. Next, business news. Dangote Refinery and the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria have signed a 60 million litre weekly premium motor spirit supply deal. This comes as Ipman confirmed that fuel prices have marginally reduced across its member filling stations nationwide. Spokesperson of Ipman, Chinedu Ukadike, disclosed this to newsmen while giving an update on the direct petroleum deal with Dangote Refinery. Recall that on November 11, 2024, Ipman announced that it had reached an agreement with Dangote Refinery to lift petrol directly. The development raised hopes of a fuel price drop. In a fresh development, Ukadike stated that Dangote had agreed to supply its members with 60 million litres of fuel weekly. He noted that petrol prices had dropped by between 10 naira and 15 naira across filling stations due to the deal it secured with Dangote Refinery. Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission has issued a stern warning to electricity distribution companies over the reported directive asking customers to pay for the replacement of faulty and obsolete meters. In a statement via its official X handle on Monday, NERC emphasized that such instructions contravenes the Commission's order number NEC/246/2021, structured replacement of faulty and obsolete end-use customer meters in the Nigerian electricity supply industry, which mandates DISCOs to handle meter replacement at no cost to customers. According to the Commission, the order explicitly prohibits the forced migration of customers with faulty meters to estimated billing systems. It clarified that where a meter is deemed faulty or obsolete, it is the responsibility of the DISCO to replace it free of charge, provided the fault is not due to customer negligence. World Bank has uncovered $32 million in unaccounted funds in Nigeria's water project. This was disclosed in the bank's recently released FY 2024 Sanction System Annual Report. The report showed that the missing funds were intended to bolster water infrastructure in Nigeria, but were not adequately accounted for, prompting an intervention to safeguard the project's integrity. In a move to recover the fund, the World Bank engaged with the project team, including Nigeria's tax team leader, operations manager, and financial management specialist. As a recommendation, the Central Bank of Nigeria has asked to reimburse $22 million, while $6 million remains in the project account to cover anticipated operational expenses. You're still watching the news on Atlantic Television Network. Up next, international tidbits. At least 6 people, including 2 children, were killed in a boat accident off the coast of Angola's capital, Luanda, police and emergency services said, as rescue efforts continued Monday. The ship carrying more than 30 people was part of a Catholic maritime procession in the southern African nation when it sank off the island of Luanda on Saturday, police said. Spokesperson Herminio Kazukto told newsmen that 6 people had died and that 17 others had been rescued. 4 people were in hospital in critical condition and 3 others were still missing. He added, saying that search efforts were ongoing on Monday. The incident happened about 2 miles off the coast of the port city. A spokesperson for the fire emergency service, Maina Panzu, told newsmen that 2 of the deceased were children aged 4 and 6. In a statement of Sunday, Angolan President João Lourenço sent his condolences to the families directly affected by this tragic incident. Hezbollah's media chief Mohammed Afif has been killed in an Israeli airstrike that hit the headquarters of the Lebanese Ba'ath Party in central Beirut. According to reports, the strike targeted the Ba'ath Party office in the densely populated Ras al-Naba neighborhood, resulting in the deaths of at least 4 people. The country's health ministry confirmed that in addition to the fatalities, 14 others were injured in the attack, though the identities of the victims have not been disclosed. Rescue and civil defense teams worked swiftly to free individuals trapped under the rubble of the destroyed building. Afif, a prominent public figure and one of the few remaining senior Hezbollah officials to appear in public, was last seen on Monday, 11th November, during a press conference in the southern suburbs of Beirut, a stronghold of the militant group. Sweden on Monday began distributing 5 million pamphlets to households nationwide, advising citizens on how to prepare for emergencies, including the possibility of war. The pamphlet, titled "If Crisis or War Comes," is an updated version of a booklet Sweden had issued 5 times since World War II, with the last distribution in 2018, marking a notable revival since the Cold War. This 32-page document, produced by the Swedish Civil Contingency Agencies, addresses the current security situation and guides responding to various threats, including military conflicts, natural disasters, cyber attacks, and terrorism. The booklet includes recommendations for emergency preparedness, such as keeping non-perishable food in stock and maintaining a supply of water. Here now is ATN Sports News. Manchester United and Danish midfielder Christian Eriksen are expected to part ways at the end of the season. Eriksen was part of Denmark's side who lost 2-1 at home on Friday to current European champions Spain when they met at the ongoing National League games. According to a post on Fabrizio Romano's X handle on Monday, no negotiation is taking place over a new deal for the services of the midfield maestro. The 32-year-old signed a 3-year contract with Manchester United in 2022 as a free agent. Tottenham footballer Rodrigo Bentancur has been banned for 7 matches and fined £100,000 after an independent regulatory commission ruled on his racist remarks about teammate Son Heung-min. Spurs will be without their key midfielder for an extended period following the commission's verdict, as reported by several outlets. And now entertainment news. Actress Dayo Amusa has welcomed the baby boy in the United States. Blogger Seun Olukotuyi first announced the news on his Instagram page on Monday, posting a picture of Dayo. The announcement immediately generated speculation online, with some fans questioning the authenticity of the report. Dayo Amusa also confirmed the news herself, posting a picture of a baby and a song backing it to celebrate her newborn. Since the news broke, social media has been buzzing with well wishes from fans and fellow celebrities. Afrobeat star David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, has announced that he will be commemorating his 32nd birthday with a 300 million naira donation to orphanages. The singer disclosed this via his X handle on Monday. He explained that the donation will be made to orphanages and a charity that fights against drug abuse among youth. He promised to share more details in subsequent posts. This is not the first time Davido has donated to charity in commemoration of his birthday. Nigerian content creator Amado Elizabeth Aminata, popularly known as Jadrolita, has undergone a mouth tumor surgery. Jadrolita had in October opened up on her battle with a jawline tumor. Giving an update on Jadrolita's health in an Instagram post, Pele, a fellow content creator, shared pictures of his partner, presumably at the hospital. Reacting to the developments, many celebrities like Mercy Aibe, Eniola Ajao, and skit maker Chris Clown took to the comment section to celebrate the success of the surgery. And that's the global news for tonight. Before we go, another look at the major stories. We told you government killed Okada rider in Ahuda East. SDP rejects Ondo election results. Shatima launches GCNG to transform healthcare. Dangote Ipman signs 60 million liters weekly deal. At least 6 killed in Angola boat accident. The video to commemorate birthday with $300 million. I am Wendy Aguma. Thank you for watching and good evening.